Aboye Aboshishe, Eku Oshe, Ogun Oshosi. I hope I got it right. You know, sometimes we lose track. Right? If it's not Oshe Ifa, we lose track. I am Oluwo Latona Ifa Bileke, Oluwo of Ilia Dingbe, Idudu Temple. We at 2028 Woodland Drive, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28205. Prince of Ashokbo. I am a Latona. Shop with us on Etsy at Iyadudu Botanica. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Iyadudu Temple. Call us for your OB needs, right? We do DAFA, we do Olarisha initiations here in the US, full initiations in Nigeria. We are royal family. This week, right, you know, Atura Meji was cast Iraiku for the world Odu. We're not going to talk about that yet, but we're going to wait till the interpretation comes out so we can clearly understand what it's saying. But we will address that. But more importantly, right, we're going to discuss Obatala and Osun and what they say for us over the next 5 days, right? So we do Oshe, Obatala, we do Oshe, Oshun, right? We cast Oshe Ifa, and these Orishas speak through these Odu Ifa. On the service, right, Obatala says, Suru, right, there's going to be some type of transformation where we will be abundant. Current energy, right? Oshun says, balance, right? Ire Aiku, Ire longevity, right? So Oshun will bring us the opportunities, right? Oshun will bring the opportunity, the river flows, the rain falls, right? It's the movement of water in a way that we can manage. And Oshun asks us to be balanced, right? As your opportunities come, as these other things move away from us. Be balanced. Obatala says, patience. Wait for the right fish to approach you in the river. Wait for the right thing to come downstream, right? So we need to be patient and balanced to receive our blessing. We can understand that, right? Because the Odu Ifa cast from Oshe Ifa tells us that we must move to the water for abundance. Woo! I'm trying to tell you, like, it's crazy how everything be connected. And then when the Odu Ifa is cast, it gives you this insight into what the Orisha are talking about during your Oshe. People be doing Oshe, right? But they don't really be doing Oshe if it's not supported by the Odu, because it gives us a clear message. Ofun Sa says, and so my Oma was like, ooh, Baba, this is a good one. They was upset about wearing the white, though. They was upset about wearing the white. They was like, oh, we gotta wear white. Ifani, that means you repeat after me. Ofun Sa. Ofun looks white. Ofun looks red. Ofun Sa. Mariwo Pue. Yeah. Ifa cast for Ogede, the banana, that was going to the river very early. He was told to make sacrifice. He complied. The banana is very fortunate. Ashe. So Oshun says, balance at the river. The Odu Ifa said the Oshun, right? It echoes the sentiment of Oshun. It echoes it. Going to the river, whether you're going to your Oshun shrine, whether you embodying that energy, whether you are offering, whatever it is, right? It tells us that Oshun is bringing us some type of blessing, right? It's been raining like crazy. It's been raining like crazy since Mother's Day. So we know that the rain brings nurturing and growth to the seeds that we've planted. What kind of seeds have you planted? What kind of seeds are you planting now, right? Oshun is going to water those seeds and bring us abundance, growth. That's what we want, right? Everybody want to be big at whatever they do, right? They want, you want to be the best mom or the best dad or the best priest or the best priestess, the best wife, right? The best student. How we watering those seeds? Are we watering those seeds with patience? Are we being balanced? Are we doing things to help transform those that we support? Even that support us, right? Because our almost support us. Are we doing the things that bring on life? Are we teaching them about longevity? Are we being their example of longevity? Ofun Sa said there's need of transformation. We need a transformation. That should be our goal, right? That we understand that being in the energy of longevity, right? That it requires some form of transformation. Transformation. Is it easy to give things up or is it hard to? Some people don't want to, right? We can see it. Because they won't face it, right? They won't face it or the thing that helps them to see it, right? The mirror. That's again Oshun energy, right? It says that Aburo Boy Boshishe. So it says that, right, we must go through these particular transformations. Baba like, okay. We must go through these transformations. Because when we go through these transformations, we'll move from a place of loss to abundance. We'll move from a place of death to long life. We'll move from this place of loss to spouse, or from contention to children. We'll move from one place to another. This is what Ofun Sa says. Ofun Sa Lefun, Ofun Sa Losun, Ofun Sa Mari Wope, yeah. It's what it says. Let us transform our lives. Obatala and Osun ask us to transform our lives. That we shall move death into long life. Spouse, children, victory over adversaries, success and elevation. We shall have this array. But we have to actively transform. Obatala Asuri Iwari Wofun. My Portuguese is non-existent. I can speak a little Spanish, but not Portuguese. Let us continue to transform, right? We understand about transmuting. We understand about alchemy, right? We understand those things. We understand. But what about this thing during this time? What is it about this particular vibration that we need at this time to call in our blessings, right? That's what it's about. That's why we do Itadogun. That's why we do Oshe Ifa, right? To put us in a particular energy, right? We have the Ikilo, we have the taboos for a particular time, right? We have the observances, we got to wear white, right? We're in a state of attraction. Let's call in our blessings. Right? There'll be no Mr. Telephone Man. There's something wrong with my line. It won't be none of that, right? We'll be able to call our blessings in. We'll be able to attract them. That's what the Ikilo, that's what the taboos are for. It's telling us that we have to give something up to have something new. We have to use our energy in a different way. So like one of the Omar was saying, hey, Baba, man, I noticed that at the end of the Ita Dogun cycle, that's when the blessings start coming. Yes, because for a certain amount of time, you are in a particular vibration. If you're not doing the Ita Dogun, how do you know the phases? How do you know what energy to be in during what phase? If you're not doing Osha Ifa, right, that corresponds with the phases of the moon. Each moon phase is 4 days. Each Osha is 4 days. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. Each Osha cycle corresponds with a phase of the moon, wherever you catch it. That's moon magic, right? We know that we do, right? We deal with Irumale, right? The moon is Irumale. Ofun Sa tells us about changing of phases, right? In the way that we move, in the way that we think with destiny, because it talks about transformation. It talks about initiation. That we must move in a certain way or move to a certain place or do a certain thing in order to have sweetness in our life. The banana. The banana goes from being green and hard to soft and sweet. It says that Itefa, right? Because with Isefa, you're not painted with camwood or Efun, right? There's no Madi will attach to Isefa. It is Itefa, Ibodu. It's not saying that you won't have blessing. It's not saying that any of that, right? But there's different levels, right? There's different levels. But to put us in a particular type of energy, right? To help us to change. It says that we must contemplate these types of changes, right? That they have to happen all of a sudden. That we must be at peace when the opportunities are coming. We must be at peace to call the opportunities. We must make balanced decisions. We must continue with integrity. We must do all these other things, right? With the opportunities coming, with the river flowing, by being balanced and steadfast. We must do all those things in order for our life to be sweet. In order for our life to transform from the banana that is green into the banana that is brown. Let all those advised to offer a bow do so accordingly. Let us continuously contemplate our blessings and be thankful. May we continue to ask our Ori to unlock other blessings. And may we stay in a stage of transformation. May Obatala, Ifa, and Osun support us. Epa Orisha. Orisha, Epa. Ore, yeah, Osun. Adabo.